Thank you for joining us at FTP Sports Games. This video is an example game between the Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers from the 1985-86 season using the Courtside Basketball Computer Game Center. And it builds on the first three videos in the Courtside series: how to set up a team sheet, how to set up a game for the Computer Game Center, and the actual walkthrough and tutorial of the Computer Game Center. And this video builds on that with actual example of gameplay between the Celtics and the Lakers, starting with the tip-off and playing a few minutes at a time. As you see here, I've got everything loaded up for the two teams. The Celtics and the Lakers have the rosters pasted in already, and I've modified the Computer Game Center for a couple of reasons here. I've added a few buttons that allow me to move between the different pages easily, and what I've done is I've done screenshots of the player cards and then pasted them here and assigned offensive options to them, etc., etc., and I've actually pasted copies of the play results sections from the main page so that we can kind of move in and around these teams pretty easily in the format of a capture video of what's happening on screen. And I did it for the team cards and then for the Lakers as well. Again, kind of setting it up so I can move back and forth with this screen capture video so you can see some of the gameplay and game flow of courtside basketball using the Computer Game Center. An important note to understand too, in all reality, it is the same game. So if you're using the play result cards, the maneuvers that you see and the checks of the players and in teams and pace checks and in transition checks and in the individual moves, etc., those are essentially all the same. It's the same format. The only thing that's happening here is in this environment of a Computer Game Center, it's giving you a glimpse into how the Computer Game Center functions with the different offensive cards and where you look and how to derive play results, etc., etc. So this first game, an example game, I think will help people get a good feel for how the game plays, at the same time furthering your understanding of how to use the Computer Game Center. So the pregame introductions have all happened, and the players are taking the floor, and we're going to go ahead and start with the opening tip between the Celtics and the Lakers from 1985-86. All right, we're ready for the tip-off between the Celtics and the Lakers, and anytime you do a tip, you're checking the defensive rebound ratings for the two players. So let's have the centers at the center tip. So Abdul-Jabbar has a 69, and Robert Parrish has a 76. That gives Parrish an advantage of 7. So when we go back to the main page, if it's 1 through 57, that means the Celtics are going to win the tip. Anything higher, the Lakers. So 76, that is within the Lakers range. And when we check down here, it's nowhere near any of the things that can also happen on a tip. So the Lakers get possession, and I already had it selected here, but the home team has it. So we're going to start the game off with a pace check. We click possession because there's going to be a possession that takes place, and let's go and see what happens on the team and on the team card. So we've got random numbers of 100, 20, and 10 here in the play result area, and the number 29 fits within the Lakers transition rating, and 10 is higher than the Celtics stop rating, and meaning that they don't slow down the transition. So let's go and have a look on the main page the first time, and we see that the outlet is the shooting guard, and so he's going to be the player in possession of the ball in transition. So go back to the Lakers card, and that's Byron Scott. So they win the tip, and the opening pace check revealed that they're in transition, so they're moving pretty quickly off the tip win, and Byron Scott has the ball. So let's see what the numbers tell us. And 26 is higher than his take it to the hole rating or setup ratings, but it's equal to or less than his jump shot. So Byron Scott's going to pull up for a transition jumper, and the FBD, as indicated in the instructions, the fast break defender is the small forward. And so when we go back to the Lakers area, that's Larry Bird, and we're going to use his number 4 to determine if Byron Scott has a reduced chance of making the transition jumper. So it's Scott. He pulls up. Let's have a look here. 6 is higher than Bird's 4 rating there, so nothing really happens. And 7 is within the jump shot range for Scott. Again, individual players have a range of 1 through 30. Their defenders, 31 through 60, and because it was a transition, it's this defender that we indicated. And the team card has a make range of 71 or 61 through 90, and then anything that's 90 and above has to do with momentum and athleticism or power. But going back to the Lakers, right off the opening tap, Byron Scott hits a transition jumper, and we always check down here to see if he worked with anybody else. And it does say highest, but since there's no asterisk in front of it, that means he didn't combine with anybody. So he just gets a jumper, and that's it. So the Lakers are off to a 2-0 start on the transition. All right, so now the Celtics are going to take the ball out under their own basket after the made transition jumper by Byron Scott. And we're going to click possession. Neither team is trying to push the ball to create fast breaks off of inbounds plays. So we can go ahead and just proceed with the possession since we know it's either going to be a set offense or a transition possession. So we click the possession button, and let's have a look here on the team cards. 8, number of 8 is within Boston's transition rating of 20, but when we check the defensive part of it, 4 is within the Lakers' stop transition rating of 4 or less. And on stops during transition, that doesn't mean that a forced shot is attempted. It just means that they slow down and take away those early offensive opportunities in transition that would, leading to really good chances at dunks and things like that. So instead, they slow it down, and then the offensive option is going to go to the green color. And when we look at the Celtics, that is Larry Bird. So let's have Larry work on James Worthy for a jumper. We click the button, and let's have a look at the range here. 5 is higher than Worthy's on-ball defense against a pass or a shot, and the number 24, when we look through Larry's shoot column, it's in his 3-ball area, so it's equal to or less than his 3-point rating, but above his dish rating, which means it's in the 3-point range. So Larry has a range of 42, because 3-pointers are handled a little bit differently, and Worthy doesn't have a plus or minus number indicated like some of the other players do. So it's a 1 for 42 chance for Bird on the 3-ball attempt. Click the numbers, and 1 is as low as it gets, which means it's a perfect swish for Bird, and it's a 3-ball. And we look down here, and because he made a move, you still do an assist check, but since there's no asterisk showing here, that means that he didn't combine with anybody else on the play. So we go back to the main page, and we give Larry Bird a 3-ball make. All right, so we continue with a pace check for the Lakers. The Celtics are off to a 3-2 lead. So we click possession. Let's go to the team section and see what happens here. Number 45, it's higher than the Lakers' transition rating of 35, and 10 is higher than Boston's stop of a set offense because the Lakers are running a set offense since they didn't get out in transition. There is a commit foul symbol, but 10 is higher than Boston's team foul rating of 4. So it's going to be a set offense, and the offensive option color shows green. And for the Lakers, that's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So let's see what Jabbar does in the low post. Again, you can choose any of the options: pass, shoot, drive, post, pick and roll, or force a 3-ball. But obviously Kareem's game is inside, so he's going to work on Parrish, and let's have a look. So we cycle the numbers, and we see that 24 is equal to or less than his dunk rating and higher than his dish rating. However, Robert Parrish, this number 4, fits within his post stop rating of 5. So that means since Kareem was going to try a dunk, he will get a dunk if the number 100 fits low enough to be within his inside shot range. If it's higher than that, that means Parrish played good enough defense to completely take away the dunk and alter it for a missed inside shot. And because this is orange, whoever the play result is, whoever wins in this matchup is going to get a physical point for his team. So Kareem tries a dunk move. Let's see what happens. 17 is within Jabbar's inside shot range. So he posts up, is highly contested and very physical between Jabbar and Parrish. That never happened, right? Between the Celtics and the Lakers, it never happened. And Jabbar overpowered him, and he's still able to get the dunk through tough defense by Robert Parrish. So there's a few things to consider. Number 1, on the assist check, no, he didn't work with anybody. Let's see what the result of the dunk is first. It's in traffic, and in this scenario, let's just give it an average rating for Kareem. And so it's a one-hand dunk through Parrish, basically, with a dunk score of 2.2, with a potential block if the shooting guard has a block rating of 3 or higher. And I don't think that's going to happen. Let's go back to the Lakers page because Ainge doesn't even have a block rating down here. So we go back to the main page, and Kareem gets a bucket and a physical point. So we award a physical point and a basket for the Lakers, and both teams are hot at the start of the game, and it's 4-3 early on Lakers. All right, so now we're going to move on to a pace check for the Celtics. They're inbounding the ball under their own basket, and they're not looking to push the pace or anything, so there's no chance for a fast break. So we click possession, and now the minute indicator has come up, so we assign a minute played to the game, and this assigns a minute played for each of the players on the floor for their total minutes for the game, and also for their consecutive fatigue minutes, highlighted here in red so you can keep track of that. Let's slide over to the team cards area, and for the Celtics, 56 is higher than their transition rating, so they didn't get out in transition. They're attempting to run a set offense, and 1 is equal to or less than the Lakers' stop rating on a set offense. So that means that they force a shot, force a tough shot. Who is going to take the shot? Well, the offensive option color is red, and you've got 3 options here. The player's inside shot, the player's jump shot, or the best of those 2 options. So let's go over to the Celtics page. The red offensive option is Dennis Johnson, and it says that we use his best. And so for DJ, that's his inside shot rating, which he was pretty good at. So the Lakers play good team defense, and they force Johnson to take a contested inside shot. So we're going to find out if the number 1 through 100 is low enough to be within his shot rating of 19. Click the button, and it is. And also he draws a foul. So 8 is within his rating of 19. So DJ makes the basket. Obviously, there was only a 19% or so chance that happens, and he draws a foul, something Johnson was always good at. And on the made basket, we have a look really quick and see who the assisting player would be, since it took place during a ball rotation, and it's the second highest, but we have 2 players with the same offensive assist rating of 6, and so we break that tie by using the number 1 through 20. In the instructions, it gives you a layout of how to break ties between players. In essence, when there's 2, 1 through 10 is the left player, and 11 through 20 is the player on the right. So Dennis Johnson gets a bucket. Danny Ainge is the player assisting. And when we go back, I like to do it in this order. So Dennis Johnson the make, DJ the assist, and then let's check and see who the foul is on. And the foul is going to go against Kurt Rambis. So we assign Rambis a personal foul. Go back to the Celtics page, and now DJ is going to take a free throw. So we click, and 14 is well within his free throw rating of 82. So back to the main page, give DJ a free throw made, and it's 6-4 Celtics.